Hi guys, we just got back from Goldfield, Nevada, where Jon Aurich was nice enough to invite us up to his mine, the Florence. It's a famous mine, might very well be the richest mine in the history of the United States. It produced ore with a value of up to 2,800 ounces per ton. In today's dollars, that would be about $5.8 million per ton. That's a lot. He was nice enough to let us go down in the mine and see what there was down there. You're not going to want to miss it. Remember, we're trying to build this channel, so if you would, like and subscribe. Anyway, let's get to the video. We're here today at the Florence Mine in Goldfield, Nevada, someplace that I am super excited to be. Jon Aurich is here. He's going to be showing us around. What a great guy, lots of fun. In just a minute we'll introduce you to him and we'll give you a little walk around the mine site, and then we're going to head down underneath and actually see what's underground, so we're super stoked about that. What an amazing opportunity. Glad you could join us for this. And this is the mine. Absolutely amazing. Went down about 1,500 feet. A lot of water in it now, so we can only go down a couple hundred feet, but still an amazing opportunity. Look at all of this, all the buildings, everything there is to see. Just amazing. Now you can do tours here, so when you come to Goldfield, sign up. Go ahead, there's a place you can sign up. We'll leave some links below, and don't miss it. This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Right.
The three, bismuthinite, 𝗵𝗵𝗀𝗃𝗏, and goldfieldite are pretty rare. You know, they're pretty rare.
Just in this localized
They're a copper,
area?
yeah. They're a copper sulfide antimony is what it is.
Wow.
But some of them are very rich, you know, running probably 1,000 or more ounces per ton. This is probably getting close to, you know, 1,500, 1,800. And then the one on my watch, that's running almost close to 2.
Wow, look at that. And even the gold structure looks different between the two.
Oh yes. Yeah, and this is more leaf-like. So the 𝗀𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 gold is microscopic. A lot of that is microscopic, but the stuff that was pretty well on the surface, like 200 feet and up to the surface, was leaf-like. So it was native gold. And to where this native gold is so finely disseminated in the quartz that this gold is almost like flour. It's between 250 and 350 mesh.
Yeah.
So it's really, really fine.
Wow.
So most of this here in Goldfield, when they crushed this and ran it through the process, 80 to 85% of this was taken up by amalgam. It was amalgamated. And then the 16 and 18% that was left was pulled from 7% sodium cyanide solution.
Oh, cool. Look at that. Look at all that.
There to put in the skip to hoist it up to run it into.
And this is the original blacksmith shop from the mine.
Well, yeah, they probably did that.
Look
In
at
this
that.
Oh, this is beautiful, isn't it?
This is just amazing.
Yeah,
This is old growth right here.
It is.
Look at all those tools. This would have been a cone crusher. So all the ore would have come down through here and gone into that, and that would have rotated around and crushed all the core, or all the ore. So this is a ball mill. They would put ore in there and just crush the crap out of it. But look at the herringbone pattern on that, on the drive, on the gear.
All right, so tell them what this stuff is.
Flotation cells?
Yeah, you guys must have been dealing with a lot of sulfides.
A lot of sulfides. So they'd end up charging this thing with 7% sodium cyanide and agitating it and letting those bubbles percolate up, you know, and catch that gold. And
right. So they'd actually have the cyanide in with it in these flotation cells?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Okay. Usually I thought
and then it would froth over.
Yep.
And
No
then
paddles, huh?
No, not on this. I think they did that themselves, tell you the truth. I wasn't even born at the time they were using this thing.
This sounds like he was explaining. They would run down into a trough, go down to the end. He said, now, you said the building used to extend out?
Extend out 2 more tiers if you
Wow.
could. Yeah, so.
This thing must have been a massive structure.
Well, it was gravity fed. So
Right,
when
yeah,
they
the
built
steps.
this, yeah, they built this originally in 1908. Wow. In 1911, the mill burned down.
Oh.
So they never did do anything else with the mill. They just left it a ruin.
Right.
And then in 1947, mining company came in. They ended up finding a rich lens of ore on the January claim, and there was a haulage way on the 7th level where they could share this head frame and the mill.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah, so the person that owned this at the time owned that piece of property also. So they ended up using that drift as a haulage
Makes
way.
sense.
And they brought the ore through that haulage way up the Florence shaft and then into this mill. So they built the mill in 1947, or should I say rebuild it.
Right.
And then around 1952, it stopped.
Holy
They
cow.
exhausted their ore. Anyway, this Hoist House is part of the Florence Mine. It was built in 1906, and it's the last complete Hoist House in the Goldfield mining district. The other Hoist House that you're gonna see, the Rustler, that one was built in 1906, but it's kind of incomplete. But this one's pretty well complete, so you know, if we turn the power on, the 3-phase on this thing, it'll, other than the runners, we gotta fix the runners down in the shaft.
Okay. Oh, are they all busted up?
Oh, I'm sure, well, they're probably like you and me with the twisted legs after, you know, decades of standing, you know. So, but yeah, it would run. It would run.
Wow.
A little bit of maintenance. And
Yeah, get some depth indicators.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Get some,
good
you
to go.
gotta find that out for me because you know all the mining people. So let's get the depth indicators going.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll butter you up.
Yeah, I'd like to see this thing running
We'll
again.
butter you up, pin your ears back, and swallow you whole.
Burn.
That's it. But yeah, this would be nice. And Ruth Duffy, she was in her late 50s when she was running this hoist for Merton. Because Merton used to use the manway of the shaft. And then after, you know, hard use, because he was mining ever since he was 17 years old. He was getting the rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah, that'll really work it.
So he couldn't use the manway, so he taught his wife how to run this double drum hoist.
What's that for?
I don't know, I think it was a whistle at one time. Probably compressed air, yeah.
That's really cool.
And then this lights up at night, these Edison Mazda light bulbs. So when you see this mine lit at night, all these light bulbs come on in the interior of the buildings also. So the head frames are shown at night, the buildings are shown, and then the interior of the buildings are also shown.
These are the blueprints for the ore skips that are still down in the mine even today. This is the main power pedal for the entire mine. Looks pretty Frankenstein, huh?
And then this is a 100-horse induction motor.
Westinghouse?
Yeah, Westinghouse.
Very typical.
400 volts at 141 amps.
Wow.
So that had a lot of draw.
So that would wake you up.
A lot of draw.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
when you get near it, your hair will just want to follow, you know.
Can't imagine why they put a cage next to it.
This is the mill. It was attached to the Rustler. We just got out of it. Holy cow. What an amazing mill. And this, the part that's remaining is only one part of 3 levels that were here to begin with. Evidently, when the mill shut down, they auctioned off some of the equipment. So they ended up taking a lot of the equipment out, but they didn't board up the rest of the mill, and so it ended up collapsing. Okay, so here's the, look at the size of this. This was the water reservoir.
Oh, it's fabulous, isn't it? Look at that.
It's just monstrous.
I know, right?
And right there's the Florence. This is where we're headed, straight on down. We can go about 5 levels deep before we get to the water level. Should be fun. So this is a station at the first level?
Yes.
How cool is this? Looks like stopes back that way. Of course, we got works back this way. Wow, look at that. Okay, so once again, we're in the Florence. We're between levels. A couple ore chutes down here. Now, we're between 5 and 6. So they would have been shoveling down from level 5 into this bin. And then it would have been picked up by the skip car as it came around. So there's a chute right there on each one of these, and that's where they would have kicked that in and allowed the rock to fall into the actual skip car. So as we come around, there's a little a handle. Looks like a shovel handle. That's the way down to level 6, but we lost the ladder. Gets down to that platform, and then the next ladder is gone. So if we're going to try to do that, we're going to end up having to bring ropes and do an actual rappel down a little bit farther. And as we look up, of course, this is what we see on the way up. And everything's just barely holding on. Everything's just a little bit on the sketchy side. Lots of sulfur pouring out. Let me come over here. Look at all the sulfur just coming out. And that's why all the gold is carried in sulfides. So there'd be just a ton of sulfides in this. So that's why there's all the different flavors of gold that John was talking about. Just amazing stuff. Anyway, let's keep exploring. Tell us about the mine.
We're down here to about the 5th level, approximately 300 feet down. And we went down to try to get to the 6th level, made about 3 ladders, and then other ladders, it was all caved in, kind of openish, but at the same time all the ladders were knocked down as we rappelled down to get to there. So, a little tired now. We're gonna make the climb up there now, which is a 300-foot climb, which is gonna be fun. But before we do that, explore a few tunnels.
Yeah, let's go do some exploring. Look at that. So wrenches, shovels. Looks like a single jack, maybe a double jack. Cool stuff, just every place. This is the nice thing about a privately owned mine. All the stuff is still in place. It hasn't been scavenged. So super cool. Big shout out to John and his family for letting us be here. And James for taking us on the trip. Looks like they threw a lot of backfill in there and some scrap. Well, look at that. A lot of crunchy right there. Let me show you something kind of interesting. You betcha. Right where it is. Again, the nice thing about being able to explore a privately owned mine, things are still here. Let's walk down here. Looks like an ore chute. It would have been a passage down, a drift off that way. Off this direction's another ore chute, so there would have been stopes above us. Obviously, this is a very busy mine. James is going to give us some perspective on the size of that. Look how far that goes up. And up and up. So there's a stope above us, and they just would have shoveled it into this ore pass and just poured it straight down.
The comparison here, me being 5'10", compared to this standing up straight like this, you got quite a bit.
That's huge. These guys were doing some serious work down here.
Okay. Oh, crap. The railroad tracks. Yeah, there's some track down here. Ugh. A little bit of loose rock. Oh, that's kind of cool. Actually, look at that, all the different ores mixed together and got a nice little bit of red, brown, yellow. Can't really go back any farther, but a lot of it is moss and different colors seeping through. So this is kind of squishy ground. Pressure down here is pretty good too. See all the timbers. Bit of rust on this. Still, that's not been touched since then. Oh, that's cool. There's a broken bottle. Oh, this way. Looks like it broke from debris above, back here over there. Hey, you still there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, do you think you can squeeze through here?
Yeah. Yeah, so look at that. That's air hose. And this before they made rubber hose. So what ended up happening is they wrapped it with cloth and then they spiral wound it with metal. And it made it flexible. But then along came rubber. And that was the end of these old air hoses. But if you find these air hoses, you know you're in an old mine. Pretty cool find. Love to see this stuff. Okay, guys, we're on level 5, so 2 and 5 bells. That's the call for this station. No person but the skip tender is permitted to ring the hoist signal bells in the shaft. When the skip is wanted, I have to call station, pushing this button, try to call this bell station's 25 skip. Can't read most of it, but still it's the original stuff. Super cool. So we have a level back in there. It goes back. We're kind of on our way up, so I don't know if we're going to get back in there. And then for whatever reason, there's a big water bin right here. So they may have been pumping water from a lower level and then pumping from this on up. Hard to say. But, you know, holds quite a bit of water there. So right here's the shaft. Of course, it's a 2-compartment shaft because this was a big mine. And then on this side, we just came up from there. In fact, from quite a ways down there. And then where we're heading is up there. I hear voices up there, so I think it's probably Jeff and Leela. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and keep climbing. So hey, hope you're having fun. Hope you're enjoying this. It's crazy. Okay, so we're going down one of the, I think, level 2 drift. It's kind of the first main drift that they worked, but it's coming back here. It looks like we're coming right to a collapse. So And that's going to be the end of this trip. Okay. Ah! Okay.
Curse this time.
Curse that! Alright,
Here I go.
alright, head it up. Let me grab that green rock and see what we got.
Man, what a station, isn't it?
Yeah,
When
and they
this
got
was-
tons of miners graffiti back there.
All right.
Alright, coming up.
Look at
All right,
all
sweetie.
of that.
That's not so spongy.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
oh, my backpack.
What?
My backpack.
What?
Her backpack caught.
Oh my god.
Okay, there we are. And we're out.
Yay.
Yay, nice job.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, this ain't Las Vegas.
You made a wrong turn in 𝐜𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐴.
Where's my carrot? Ah! Whew! Man, I'll tell you what, that's a workout. Who needs a gym? Just be a gold miner.
Exactly.
Ah. And look at that, got a chunk of gold. No. All right, go ahead, Joanne.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. Really had a great time. James here showed us all the way down past the 500-foot level. It was amazing down there. True history. And Jeff, of course, he's up and down those ladders like nobody I've ever seen. He's fast on them. So.
Not as fast as this boy right here. He's making me feel old.
So anyway, thanks a lot for coming. We sure appreciate it.
So,
Wait till our next adventure.
what's your catchword? Catchphrase?
catchphrase?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Well, then you can use mine, so come on.
Let's
Let's go.